from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. 12 more yards there and another first down. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
All right, now look at 56.
He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there for sack number 22 on the year. Just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001.
Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Gone! Watch him now, Barney!
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll set up to throw. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop the throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Emmanuel Ogbah in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight.
Now, Jack, Patriot! Patriot! Gun! 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 Gun!
And incomplete on the deep ball. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And this is caught on the sideline, but no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds, incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Michael Gallup, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are in for 6. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he spins through. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But the last one, man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. This is fielded at the 27. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And we're back now here in Cleveland as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll set up a throw. Allen has it left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to go, wide open, complete. And they're going to get this all the way inside the Miami 15. It's a big play there for the Browns. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Back to throw here. Being chased out left. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said. It actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage there, able to bat it down?
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They give him a gain of 38. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Lucky 56.
Escaping the pressure right. It fights him off. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front, because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone.
Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. So that'll get them to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there for a milestone sack as it moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Detroit! Detroit!
Buying time to his left. And that's incomplete. This defense making some plays right now, aren't they?
And they look like a group that really locked in before this series started. Read their scouting reports, got back to reading their keys, and playing with excellent leverage up front.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also fourth down.
He'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the football. They're looking good, but the lead is just 2, so any mistake in a field goal can beat you. They got to be careful.
And that's where it gets difficult because you don't want that to leak into your thinking. You want to play like, hey, we've got the advantage. We can close this out. Don't play from fear, and they can win this game.
See if they can play fear-free and hang on. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
4 down.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Everyone's got 4 down. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
4 down. Gun.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.